Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I'm here today to do a broadhead test on the DirtNap B.M.F. Now B.M.F. doesn't stand for what you think it stands for. It doesn't stand for bad mother. It stands for both mechanical and fixed. So what this is a cut-on contact broadhead with a mechanical blade on the side. This blade, I'm not exactly sure how the retention system on this works, but this blade is not held in with a O-ring or a rubber band or anything like that. So every time you open it up, all you have to do is pop that thing closed and they're right back closed, just like that. And they're solidly closed. They're not going to, pop open or anything like that. If you shake it, they are really solid closed, just like that. So you can see they don't want to open up. The advantage of this is obvious. I can imagine the penetration of a two-blade cut-on contact head like this is almost always better at low poundage bows. You get into higher poundage bows that are going through a deer no matter what. It's not as much of an advantage, but lower poundage bows, you got the cut-on contact head, so you're going to get a really good penetration with that design. If for some reason these fail, you still got a two-blade cut-on contact head that's still going to do a ton of damage. It's a little over an inch as it sets right now if the blades don't open up. Now, when the blades do open up, if we're going to put it to the test to make sure that they do operate, this is 2 1/4 inch cutting diameter, so that's a huge cutting diameter. Really like that cutting diameter. The other thing that's cool about these is the way that the wound channel is going to work. You can see the mechanical blade on this is a little bit offset. It's not a straight X. It actually sits like this, so it's a really tight X. So it's not like a cross. It's more like an X, I guess is what I should say. So it's a really cool cutting pattern, and should make, with those two being so close together, it should make one just gaping hole. We're gonna find out on our test over there. So the other thing, which is pretty typical with the DirtNap, is this is a modular system. This has a long stem down here that's threaded, and you can take this silver weight right here off and it goes down to 100 grain. With the silver weight on there, 125 grain. So if you're a guy like me who likes a little heavier setup, you can shoot a 300. I can shoot with this. I can shoot a 300 spine arrow with the modular weight on there at 125 grains. If I want to shoot it a little bit lighter, I can go to a 350 splined arrow. I can take the modular weight off there, and I got this down to a 100 grain arrow, and I can go to a little lighter setup there. So it gives you a little flexibility as far as that goes. So this is a solid made broadhead. The blades are made out of 4220 J2 stainless steel. Good steel, good sharp broadheads too. These are, I don't know if you can tell on my arm, but there's no hair there just from running them down the arm. The ferrule on this is made out of 70-75 aircraft grade aluminum, so it's a really solid ferrule as well. All the DirtNaps that I've shot in the past have been just exceptionally tough broadheads. So we've got a few tests in mind over here, and we're gonna put this thing to the test. I'm gonna kind of explain this time when we do our broadhead test. I normally just do them, but I'm gonna kind of explain this time what my goal is with each test and what I'm looking for with each test. Now we're gonna be shooting these out of, we're gonna shoot these at 20 yards just like we always do, and we're gonna be shooting these out of my hunting bow, which is a Prime Synergy, and it's set at 62 pounds, set at 27.5 inch draw. It is also, I'm going to be shooting my hunting arrow out of this, which is a deer crossing small diameter 450 grain arrow. So this is strictly my hunting setup from a distance that 9 times out of 10 is what I end up shooting to kill animals. So we're not jacking the poundage up, and we're not shooting really close. We're shooting at a hunting range is what I would call it, with a hunting setup. So let's get over here and let's do some tests. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here is we're going to test accuracy and penetration as well. What I've got is I've just got a target set up here, one of my rifle targets, and a pretty good group, huh? And what I've got is 14 layers of this thin, this is about 16th or 1/8 inch plastic corrugate, and then behind it I have double-walled cardboard, and I've got 12 layers of double-walled cardboard, and with corrugate mixed in. Every other layer is corrugate, and then the next layer is cardboard. This is about 7 inches thick, and then I have a target behind it. So we're going to see, one, how accurate is it. My bow is broadhead tuned, so it should fly. It should get reasonably close to that bullseye there with me shooting, and we'll see how far it penetrates through this. So what I want to test, what I'm hoping to accomplish with this, is to see how accurate it is and to see how far it'll penetrate through this cardboard and through this corrugate. And then I want to see, you know, kind of how the hole looks all the way through, and I want to see how sharp it is when it comes out, because it's razor sharp. But if any of you guys have ever cut cardboard, I mean, my knife gets dull cutting cardboard pretty quickly. So we're going to test accuracy, we're going to test penetration, we're going to test how well it keeps its edge too. Well, you're going to have a hard time beating that as far as accuracy goes. Now let's see. Yeah, it went all the way through, no problem. Let's see how far it went into the target. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this thing out here. And then I'll have to, I'm going to unscrew the broadhead now, but I'm going to try to keep my hand on here if I can do this without cutting myself. It did hold the edge pretty good. I can feel it. It's pretty dang sharp still. So accuracy is definitely there. Hit right, I mean right on the bullseye, and I can tell it opened up on that paper. It definitely made a big hole in that. Let's check out this cardboard. We'll check out a few holes in there. Alright, got that off. Which, now it's not wanting to come to the cardboard. And I'm losing my spot. So, that's roughly where it was. This is a 27.5-inch arrow, so we got a good, I would say, 18 inches of penetration in there. So that's enough to go through the chest cavity of a deer. So that's pretty good penetration considering what all we shot it through. Can't really see that, but right here you can see, which you probably can't see it, but broadhead opened up, no problem on his first layer. Got a good bullet hole right there where the ferrule went through. Blade extends both directions. Those are a fixed blade, and then both blades are opened up on the side. So definitely opened up. Definitely did a good job. Let's get this last one up there and show that one to you guys. Get it up here nice and close so you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see that, but there's where the ferrule went through, and there's where each one of the blades opened up on there. So no problem as far as opening up. Let's move some of this cardboard out of the way now and get our watermelon up here so we can see what kind of damage it'll do to the watermelon. Well, penetration is good. That went, let's see, yeah, it's all the way through there. I'm just going to pull this out. The back side of this is just mush. Okay, so it definitely opened up. There is just a gigantic hole in the front there, just a huge hole, just leaking fluid out like crazy. Here's a hole in the back, again a big plug come out of there. You can see where the blades extended down, blades extended out. So just every time I squeeze this, there's a little bit of juice coming out of there. So let's try and destroy something with this thing. This is probably an extremely stupid test. Holds no real significance in the world to anything, but the broadhead is still really sharp, still in one piece and penetrating really good on our target. I happened to find a almost used bottle of off behind the target while I was getting the arrow out. So we're gonna try to shoot it and just see what it does. Probably explode and hurt me really bad, but it'll be cool, right? Don't try this at home. Well, it didn't explode. But the arrow totally destroyed that thing. My lord. Look at that. It just totally destroyed that thing. I'm gonna dig her out and move along. And in the target, it's completely buried in the target. Amazing penetration. So before we shoot this next thing, I want to show you that this is still in great shape, even after shooting that can off, which didn't explode, much to my disappointment. So the next thing we're going to shoot is going to be a destruction test. Okay, so my wife got a new dryer, which at the time I was really hating, but I drug the old dryer out, and as you can see, I've already shot it with a different broadhead. This is really just a destruction test. All I want to see in this, I don't care really what kind of damage it does to the door. That's impressive as it is, but what I really want to see is how well the Broadhead holds up to shooting through 2 layers of sheet metal with foam in the middle of it. So it's a good heavy, heavy dryer door. So let's see what this Broadhead, let's see what it's made of. Let's see how tough it is. That's an impressive hole. Let's see what the Broadhead looks like. Alright, so here's the Broadhead. Let's see if we can get her to focus. The mechanical blades aren't doing too great. A little bit of curling on the edge of the mechanical blades, but they didn't break. The main ferrule is still pretty much intact. It is a little bit misshapen, a little bit, and it's not razor sharp anymore. But overall, that's pretty impressive considering. Let's find something else. I want to destroy this thing. Let's find something we can destroy it with. This new dryer purchase is just working out great for me. So what we got here, I took the dryer apart piece by piece, if you can't tell. I thought I was going to fix it, but that just didn't happen. So I already had it in pieces. I just figured I'd take it out in pieces. So we got the drum from the dryer, and we're going to put the door in front of it. The drum is quite a bit thicker steel, and the door, so now we got 3 layers of steel there, and we'll see if we can destroy this thing. Well, that stopped it cold. It's still actually in decent shape. So we went through the dryer door and hit right here on the drum. The drum just stopped it cold. Let's see if this thing's still shootable. There she is. Looking a little worse for wear. I think we can get another shot out of it though. Let's find something else to shoot. Alright, this is a little above and beyond, but this is going to do it. This is going to be the thing that's going to destroy it. This is a piece of high carbon steel. It's a leaf spring off of an old, like a 47 Plymouth that I got for making knives out of. And it is about a 1/2 inch thick, and it is extremely tough. It is extremely hard to work with as far as making knives, so this Broadhead is going to have a hard time not being destroyed by this thing. Probably going to destroy the arrow too, but and again, this is for nothing other than my enjoyment. And I missed it. Okay, so I missed the leaf spring because I was looking up. I was trying to see. I was afraid the arrow was going to bounce back at me. So I ended up hitting beside the leaf spring into the cylinder of the dryer, and that did it. That's hard steel, and it actually penetrated through, and this was laying inside, and you can see the hole right there. So it went all the way through that thick, really hard steel of that dryer drum, and it did destroy the Broadhead. We've got 1 bleeder blade left and one of the expandable blades left and half of the main ferrule. But the ferrule is pretty bent, but man, we put that thing through hell just trying to get it, just trying to destroy it. So very tough Broadhead. Okay, so that is the DirtNap B.M.F, and both mechanical and fixed. Man, that was fun. Very cool Broadhead. I'm looking over the back of the package, make sure there's nothing that I missed. So, 2-inch cutting diameter, 2 1/4 inch cutting diameter is a 1 inch of the main blade and an 1.25 inches of the expansion blade. So the expansion blades are 1 1/4 inches. That's why that hole wasn't 2 1/4 inches wide, because it's 2 1/4 all together. So I hope that makes sense. So very tough Broadhead, very tough. I shot this thing through all kinds of stuff and couldn't get it to hardly damage it. So the thing that I was impressed about it most, though, those destruction tests are just fun for me. But the thing that I was impressed about it most was the durability is probably the most impressive thing. But the penetration and the accuracy were definitely there right off the bat. Bullseye, just right into that target, you know, and penetrated all the way through the cardboard, all the way through the corrugate, and penetrated through the back side of my target. On those shots where we shot the watermelon, which had little resistance, it went all the way through my target and was hanging out the back side. And actually, the only thing that stopped this arrow from probably going all the way through was I got a styrofoam block in the back, so that's probably what kept it from going through. Good quality materials, razor sharp right out of the package, no problem tuning them, they flew great, and just do an amazing job as far as penetration goes. So definitely check these out. These are very, very impressive broadhead from DirtNap. This is the B.M.F. So definitely check this out. We've got 2 other broadhead tests coming up. It's going to be on the standard DirtNap and one really, really heavy DirtNap. It's like 150 and 175 grain. So I'll be interested to see what kind of penetration we get out of that heavier one, just with the kinetic energy and the momentum that we're going to be carrying with that heavier arrow. So definitely check these out. We'll put a link directly to the DirtNap website below, and you can check all these out right there. Be sure to check out our sponsor or our partners. We're now partnered up with Tacticam as well, so check out Tacticam. We'll put their link below, and also be sure to check out Full Drawn Addiction as well. If you want to check us out, you can check us out on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. That really helps us out. Thanks, guys.